5 tips to reduce the pain of a gout flare. And a bonus tip that I learned the hard way. And by the way, all of this advice is supported by none other than the official gout guidelines. Number 1, hydrate. Hydrating, especially with water, helps flush uric acid from the system. High uric acid is what caused the flare in the first place. Make sure it's water, and make sure you're getting up to about 10 glasses per day, especially during your flare. Number 2, rest. You've got to rest during a gout flare because if you accidentally bump the joint or put too much pressure on it, it could actually prolong the actual flare. But I get it, resting is hard. You've got work stress, you've got chores, you've got kids, you've got family and friends. Oftentimes, people don't really know what you're going through too. They don't know how severe a gout flare is. And so one bonus tip here is make sure folks in your life know what you're going through and that gout flares hurt a lot and you need to rest during a flare. 3, elevate. Elevating the joint during a gout flare helps lower the pressure on the blood vessels in that joint. It also actually makes the inflammatory process a little bit more efficient. So if you've got an ankle flare like I usually do, elevate it while you're resting. 4, ice. Icing helps reduce swelling in the flaring joint and also sometimes just feels good. But bonus tip here, make sure that you're not using a big block of ice that sometimes can be really painful on the flaring joint. Instead, get a nice gel pack like this. It conforms around the joint and you can move it a little bit easier too. 5, medication. You've got pain going on, you've got inflammation that's also contributing to the pain. Medication really helps. And some of it needs to be prescribed by your doctor, but a lot of it you can actually get over the counter. Things like Advil, if you can take that. Aleve is another one. But be sure to talk to your doctor about what might work best for you. So what's the bonus tip? Get your medicine now before your next flare. Walking through a CVS while you're having a flare is one of the hardest things I've ever done. Having these on hand really helps because especially the faster you take some medicines like colchicine, the better they work. So have your meds on hand and keep them in the same place so you always know where they are. I wish you luck during your next flare, and remember this, every flare is temporary.